For hundreds of millions of years, the continents have remained largely barren. Life has flourished in the oceans, while the land has stood silent beneath wind, rain, and sunlight. Bare rock stretches to every horizon. Only scattered mats of moss-like plants cling to damp ground beside ancient rivers. There are no forests. There is no shade. There is nothing resembling the landscapes that cover our world today. As I arrive, roughly 390 million years ago, during the Middle Devonian, I witness one of the greatest transformations in Earth's history already unfolding. The air feels different here. It carries the rich scent of damp earth, living plants, and decaying vegetation. For the first time, the land is beginning to build complex ecosystems entirely of its own. Ahead of me stands a forest unlike any that exists today. These are not oak trees, they are not pines, they are not flowering plants. Every trunk before me belongs to an evolutionary experiment unlike anything that would come later. Some of the tallest trees belong to Archaeopteryx, among the first plants to combine true woody trunks with broad, branching crowns. Others are giant cladoxylopsids, their tall, column-like trunks supporting crowns that resemble enormous living umbrellas. Their bark is thin, their branches grow in unfamiliar patterns. Every feature reflects a world still learning how to build forests. Sunlight filters through the primitive canopy in broken shafts of gold. The forest floor remains surprisingly open in many places. Dense undergrowth has not yet evolved. Instead, scattered ferns, early lycopsids, horsetail relatives, and low-growing vascular plants cover patches of damp soil between towering trunks. Every step reveals a landscape that feels both strangely familiar and completely alien. The silence surprises me most. There is no birdsong, no rustling mammals, no distant calls echo through the trees. The only sounds are flowing water, wind moving gently through primitive branches, and the quiet activity of countless small invertebrates hidden beneath the vegetation. As I kneel beside the forest floor, I discover some of the earliest animals to fully embrace life on land. Primitive millipedes slowly navigate layers of decaying plant material. Early arachnids patrol between fallen stems in search of tiny prey. Wingless relatives of future insects explore the moist litter that now blankets the ground. The arrival of forests has created countless new habitats that simply did not exist before. Beneath the surface, another revolution is taking place. Massive root systems penetrate deeper into the ground than any plants before them. These roots anchor entire trees against storms and flooding. More importantly, they begin breaking apart solid rock, producing the first true soils on a continental scale. Every year, fallen branches, leaves, and dead plants accumulate across the forest floor. Fungi and microorganisms slowly decompose this growing blanket of organic material. Nutrients become trapped within developing soils instead of washing directly into rivers. The land itself is becoming alive. As forests spread, rivers begin changing their behavior. Before trees evolved, rivers wandered across unstable landscapes as broad, braided channels. Now, roots bind the banks together. Channels become narrower, curves begin to form. For the first time, rivers start resembling those that shape our modern continents. The forests are transforming far more than the landscape beneath my feet. Every growing tree removes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Much of that carbon becomes locked inside wood, roots, and buried organic matter. Over millions of years, these expanding forests will help cool the planet and reshape Earth's climate. The oxygen content of the atmosphere also begins to rise. Although still far below the levels reached later in Earth's history, every new forest contributes to a world that will eventually support larger, more active animals. Without these pioneering forests, neither dinosaurs nor mammals could ever have evolved. As I continue deeper into the woodland, towering trunks stretch in every direction. Some have already fallen, opening gaps where young plants race towards the sunlight. Others have stood here for decades, slowly adding new layers of wood each growing season. Death and renewal have become permanent features of the landscape. Entire food webs now depend upon these forests. Tiny animals feed upon living plants. Others consume decaying wood. Predators hunt among the shadows. Fungi recycle fallen giants back into the soil. Every organism plays a role within an ecosystem of astonishing complexity. These forests also reshape the atmosphere above them. Water drawn upward through countless trunks escapes from leaves into the air. Clouds become more common over forested regions. Rainfall patterns slowly begin to change. The forests are influencing weather itself. Standing beneath these ancient branches, it is difficult to imagine how empty the continents once were. Only a few million years earlier, this landscape would have been almost entirely barren. Now, it pulses with life in every direction. The transformation is astonishing. I slowly climb a low ridge overlooking the valley below. From here, I can finally appreciate the true scale of this revolution. An endless expanse of primitive forest stretches towards every horizon. No human being will ever witness these landscapes. They will disappear hundreds of millions of years before our own species appears. Yet every woodland, rainforest, and forest alive today traces its ancestry back to places like this. This is where Earth first learned how to grow forests. This is where the continents truly came alive. And every breath we take still carries the legacy of these remarkable pioneers.